Hello again, all my internet friends. Haven't done a video in quite a while. Wanted to do a video today because I think there's probably going to be some events that happen pretty soon, and I wanted to have my input out there before all this goes down. Today is October the 12th, 2023, and unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that it was last Saturday, October 7th, I believe. Supposedly, Hamas attacked Israel, which could very well be the catalyst to World War III. Right off the bat, I want to say I think it's a false flag attack. And my reason for that is history. Things like the Levant affair and what happened with the USS Liberty. These are two examples of Israel false flagging Egypt both times. They wanted to frame Egypt for some reason. They wanted the U.S. to attack Egypt. But those are two good examples of Israeli fuckery. Another reason I think it's a false flag is because I've watched probably 50 to 100 videos since all this started. And if you remove all the emotion and the hyperbole and everything, and you watch the videos and you say to yourself, what exactly am I seeing? First thing I gotta say is many, if not all of these videos are less than a minute long. Most of them are 10 to 15 seconds long, so they don't show you a whole lot of what's actually going on. People draw a lot of conclusions from what's going on. Just a lot of it does have the appearance of being staged and doesn't look authentic to me from the videos that I've seen from the battlefront in Afghanistan and Iraq, and the real battle videos that you see out there. These short clip videos don't look anything like that. They actually don't show you anything. They really they really don't show you anything in the 10 seconds or 15 seconds that you see something. And even then you got to question what you're seeing. I remember years ago when I think it was one of the PBS things. I want to say it was like NewsHour or one of those programs I saw on PBS where they were doing a special about Hamas and the rockets that were sent out of Gaza. And one of the things I noticed was they would show these pieces and chunks of rockets, and it looked like something that was homemade, like welded together pieces of plumbing to make a rocket type thing, not like something the U.S. might use or whatever. Which is really strange, because if you see the rockets that they're putting out there on the news, they're like these really well painted, 8-foot long rockets that are supposedly Hamas somehow smuggled into the Gaza Strip to fire from the Gaza Strip, which makes total sense. It makes a ton of sense that you would fire it from such a small strip of land. Like, Israel couldn't instantly pinpoint you the second you started launching them. I mean, the entire Gaza Strip's under heavy electronic surveillance. And supposedly they got these videos of paragliders flying into Israel. I mean, they're going to take this really low-flying aircraft that's completely vulnerable to small arms fire from the ground, and that's going to be their vehicle for jihad. It doesn't make any sense. It's a death trap. It's a one-way ticket to your death. It doesn't make any sense. It's so stupid. And then they show this, one of the video clips they're showing of some party or some all-night rave that they did right by the border fence, because that makes a lot of fucking sense. But supposedly they got these paratroopers dropping down, and I'm thinking to myself, There's at least 20 paratroopers supposedly dropping down here. You know what size a plane that would take? That takes a big plane, a big, slow flying, low flying plane to drop all these people off. And how they would do that under that surveillance, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. And all the Hamas tunnels that they talk about where they smuggle in, where are they smuggling them from? Egypt. That must be the only place because it'd be miles through, the rest of Israel for the tunnels to go in. It's totally ridiculous. The truth is, Hamas was created by Israel. Hamas is Mossad. Hamas is ISIS is Mossad. It's all the same group. It's all the same group of people. And don't be a fool for a minute. It's the same group of people. And the only reason that they launch rockets out of Gaza Strip is so that they can have a green card or a green light to basically murder innocent civilians. And I guess the whole world's supposed to look away because Israel has the right to defend itself. The truth is, Israel's been committing genocide since its beginning. That's how they started Israel. They've been violently displacing, murdering, whatever you want to do, the population that was there because they believe that land belongs to them. It's God chose it. God gave it to them. Well, if God gave it to them, they wouldn't need to kill anybody. It would just be theirs. They don't have any right to that land whatsoever. Their ancestors aren't from there. The only right they have to that land is the right of conquest, which is a very real thing, but it has nothing to do with the Bible at all. For one thing, God is not a real estate agent. And another thing, the Holy Bible, no version of the Holy Bible, no matter how old it is a history book. No one named therein ever existed. It is completely made up stories that used to be passed down orally, through generations. And that it was, only till very recent it was written down. None of it is history. And, there was no Moses, there was no Noah, there was no Abraham. And thus there was no one begot by Abraham. Those people do not have any claim to that land other than military conquest. The only thing I got to say about that topic, because I know I'm leaving a bunch of stuff out, but I need to shorten up this video, is if Israel wants their Greater Israel project, then they need to pay with it. They need to pay the price of conquest with their own blood and their own treasure. The U.S. should just stay the fuck out of it. If Israel can't stand on its own and exist, then it has no right to exist, period. That's all I got to say. Have a good day.